watch. Wake up. You got fire to watch.
This is Pacho. Do you read me?
Be advised, you are coming in weak and unreadable.
Say again, Com Tower. This is Pacho. Do you read me? Over.
Pacho, this is Con Tower. I read you Lima Charlie.
Com Tower. Request permission to launch and commence the field op. Over.
Stand by. Pacho, permission granted. Say again, permission granted.
Roger that. Launching podcast in 3, 2. You are now entering the field op with your host, Pacho Correa, Chief Warrant Officer 3, United States Marine Corps retired. Get some. Hurrah! Get some. Hurrah! What's going on, everybody? Happy New Year's. Welcome to 2024. According to the Jetsons, we should be having fucking flying cars and all that good shit by now, but not yet. Almost there. We got electric cars, and you don't want to get me started on that. But hey, we got an awesome show for you today. Before we get on all that good stuff, let's get all the pleasantries out of the way. This show is brought to you by Primerica. Hey, have you thought what your financial independence number is going to be? Because at the end of the day, retirement is not an age. A lot of us tend to think that retirement is 65 and I'm done working. Okay. However, what are you going to have already put together, or what type of money is going to sustain you for the rest of your life, having some type of income? Because at the end of the day, it's not a number, it's a figure that will get you through the rest of your years as you're enjoying, your third stage in life. So the focus of Primerica will help you find out what that number is, and even put a plan together so you could get to that number and not be depending on your loved ones to take care of you, years from now. So it's all on the show link bio. Give them a call, send an email. They'll get you all taken care of and get you going. No commitments or nothing. At the end of the day, it's just good information. The show is also brought to you by Castle Global Services. Castle Global Services has a bunch of and an array of services, both for your commercial and for your home. So if you want to looking for some great discounts on home, internet, as well as security systems and many, many other things, just check it all right there at castleglobalservices.acnibo.com. And, again, no commitment, just some really good information. Because, hey, at a day and age where inflation is at 8% all-time high and all goods and products are also through the roof, I think saving a buck or two is important. So check them out. Last but not least, hey, we're also on the VA's good side, and and we're also sponsored by the VA. So here's a good message from Mike Richmond.
This message is from the U.S. Department of Veterans Affairs. Do you want easy access to VA Online, as well as other government websites? Then login.gov is the way to go. Login.gov is a U.S. government service that provides seamless access to government websites. By creating a login.gov account, you can use the same email and password to sign into VA.gov, My Healthy Vet, VA DoD e-benefits, and the VA Health and Benefits mobile app, among other VA services. Login.gov also allows you to securely sign in to USA Jobs and TSA PreCheck, and to apply for SBA small business loans and disaster assistance. One login, many resources. To create a login.gov account, simply go to va.gov and click Sign In.
Hey, that's all good stuff. I think the VA over the last couple of years has been really making an effort to make his website very user friendly, not only for you to submit your claims, but also for resources in regards to as it applies to you as a veteran and your loved ones. One thing that I do want to point out, I was digging through that website the other day, and did you know that if you're 30% disabled or higher, and you have elderly parents to which you provide monetary assistance for, do you know that there's a program where you can apply, and the VA, and if approved, the VA will compensate you additional monies to help you to accommodate you for those monies that you're providing for your parents. So I highly recommend that you apply for that program if you have elderly parents. I just put in for it myself. My buddy Kevin, who's been on the show, he also put in for it. So if you have any questions, as a matter of fact, I'll post the link on the Facebook website, and I'll put the name of the form as well. Or if you want me to email you one, just shoot me a private message right there on Facebook, and I will more than glad hook you up. Because at the end of the day, hey, if you're taking care of your parents and that's coming out of your military retirement or your VA compensation, you should be compensated for that. Okay. And last but we can't forget about the great American Constitution. Hey, I served for 21 years to this great nation of ours. I protected the great American Constitution, both here, and I still protect it both here, domestic and in foreign countries. So what does that mean? Hey, this show is all about freedom of speech, right to bear arms, and all the other good freedoms that the Constitution brings to us as a birthright for us being American citizens. So if you like this show, make sure you subscribe, like, and follow. And if you don't, that's okay too. Perhaps you might want to check something out from the folks at sitchradio.com, because without them, God bless, Brian Colbert and the rest of his staff out there. Please support your local podcaster. And if you want to do, be behind the mic like I am, check them out. Give Brian a call. He'll get you all taken care of. All right. That's all. That's it for the pleasantries. Let's kick off this awesome show. Hey, let's talk about New Year's resolutions. As I was doing, so this week, I was doing a little bit of digging and moving forward on the things that I want to accomplish for last year. Excuse me, because yeah, at the end of the day, you can have a ton of goals. And you've heard me say this before in regards to being able to manifest your future, and basically changing yourself, changing your personality, changing internally. As I think everything comes with time, and as we get older is when I started having a lot of these aha moments. I guess enlightenment, whatever the case may be, whatever you may call it, is as I've been looking, because as we get older, we kind of start tallying up our life. Have we been a good individual? Have I accomplished all the things I wanted? Some of us may have an oh shit moment. What have I done with my life? I really haven't done anything. While some of us are like, hey, I can't believe I did all these things. Nonetheless, if you've done something, that's a win for the home team. You know what I'm saying? So I was kind of looking. I'm like, well, what is it that have I accomplished thus far? What is it that I accomplished for last year? And I kind of alluded to this a little bit on our Christmas show. Is that you need to have at the end of the day, you need to have some type of goals as it pertains to your life. A lot of us go through life kind of meandering about, like, oh, okay, well, this is it, and we really don't think uh, about anything for that matter. Or there's those few of us that kind of, it's like, oh, well, what am I going to accomplish this year, or what am I going to accomplish in life? What's my purpose? A lot of us service members who we struggle with, what's my purpose now, post military service. Whereas, kind of like the spark. I always make a reference to the movie 300, which, by the way, if you haven't seen that movie, I highly recommend it. What a great film. But because it gives just so many good examples of military as a whole, and us as warriors, it really paints a picture in regards to how we associate ourselves. Uh, us as Marines, and I'm not, I'm sure it's the same in the other services. Us as Marines, we associate we always, you're a basic rifleman. That's the one thing that even when I was a recruiter, I used to uh, sell young uh, what do- prospects on. Hey, at the end of the day, I get it. You want to be a pilot. You want to be underwater basket. However, at the end of the day, you're going to be a basic infantryman or infantry person. Do you still want to be a Marine? At bottom line, if you don't want to be a Marine, then get out. So a lot of us, and from the moment you step in those yellow footprints, hey, you are a warrior first, shield and spear, so to speak. Kind of tying it to the movie 300 is shield and spear. So, like a Spartan, a lot of us, and even in the other services, we struggle post service is we no longer have the camaraderie that comes with being a service member. We no longer have those things. Hey, I'm not a warrior because I don't have my weapon, my TO weapon. A lot of M16, 9 mil, whatever flamethrower, as it was it was told to me as a young troop, uh, by one of my staff NCOs when they were messing with me, going through the ranks. But you know you got to have some type of goal. And post services, we struggle with that because, one, we don't no longer have the service. We no longer associate ourselves with a weapon or as a warrior. We just kind of like, oh, now I'm a veteran, now what? And that's why we tend to, one, buy more weapons post service, go to the rifle range and go shoot, or we seek others alike, so that we are we still have somewhat some type of connection with fellow warriors and sister warriors, right? So you got to have some type of goals and things that you want to accomplish post service, because if not, that's when a lot of us go wrong. And I get it. Some of us get med boarded out, or discharged for PTSD, mental health issues, and all that stuff. I get that. I'm one myself. I do have my daily struggles or periodic struggles, whatever. But you still need to have some type of goals and things that you want to accomplish, whether it's in life, whether personal, educational, internally, whatever the case. You got to have some type of purpose of being, right? So kind of just coming back to full circle on our conversation. So they say, as I was doing some research earlier, 91% of Americans fall short from doing or meeting their New Year's resolution. So I asked the question to you, fellow listener, or fellow viewer: what is that you want to accomplish this year? And what is it? Have you written those goals down? Because 99% of the time, if you don't write it down, it ain't gonna happen. There's a magic about when you write something down and the power of it, that it just gets your brain going in that direction. I highly recommend, if you don't read, is you're doing yourself a huge injustice. What I mean by that is that readers are and learn people who are constantly learning that one, it's good for your brain. It'll reduce your chances of you getting dementia later on in life. And two, is that the power of reading and the power of words is tremendous. Again, you've heard me talk about this many times, in regards to Joe Dispenza and things. But when you write something down and then you read these words and you say it has a tremendous power, and it wires your brain to going into that direction. So I highly recommend that anybody here, read the book, Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. That book, as a matter of fact, I'm on my third go around of reading that book, right now as we speak. If you don't have time to read between drives, that's what I do. If I can't read it, then what I'll do is I'll supplement how in between my drives to work or anywhere. I have an Amazon Audible account. You can pay this, I think it's like $17 a month, or you could just buy the book for itself and listen to it and anywhere. Because at the end of the day, I mean, it's amazing. So you need to read books, so that way you get your word, and then write it down and make a list and all that good stuff. Because the more you write it down, the more you make a list, the more that vision starts to pan out on itself. I mean, as a matter of fact, speaking of vision, I'm going to show you a good example of what is that I do. Uh, with As far as my vision and my goals, because yes, well, it may be great to write it down. The internet is really awesome, and you can do some really cool things. So here's a picture of my vision board of the things that I want to accomplish. We'll see if we could pop it in here in just a second, uh, for you viewers to put it on. So, but it's really amazing what is that you can do when when you're seeing it every day. Your brain gravitates to those areas. So what I expect, there's a lot of things. I've been doing a lot of self. Last year, I like to call that year the year of self growth, as well as education. So for the last, I don't know, 8 months, I've been really studying. I'm getting to a different into the finance industry. I'm really learning a lot of cool stuff on how to help myself and help others. Uh, but I really recommend that you make yourself really more marketable and always open to learning a new skill and trade, because as Napoleon Hill would say, is those people who take the time to invest in themselves and grow and develop themselves and develop new skills, you make yourself more marketable. So that's why you surround yourself with other people alike that are going to push you in that direction. I mean, for me, a good sounding board has always since I've met Brian Coburn, the guy on who helps me with this show, and he's the owner of Sitch Radio and the director of the show. I mean, he's a good sounding board, and he's an individual who's well educated. We just had a meeting this week in regards to things that we're planning out for for the show, and as well as other things, and branching out into other services for you, the listener, and my fellow veterans and my fellow service members that you guys are going to benefit from. So uh, hopefully we'll be able to get this this vision board picture here pretty soon. But you want to have, the more you see it every day, again, your brain gravitates to doing that, so that way you can see it. I've gone to the point where even on my desk at work, I already have little stickies all over. Hey, with things like you're powerful, you're you're going to accomplish all these things, and then I list them on there, bam, at work. So even, hell, even when I go to the bathroom, I'm brushing my teeth, right there on the mirror, I got little stickies with notes saying before I head out the door. Again, you want to motivate yourself, because at the end of the day, who else is nobody else is going to be is going to be your ride or die but you. I mean, you've been with this person for, in my case, 50 years. And this individual is I've been my own ride or die, good and bad. And I mean, sometimes I've mistreated myself horribly, but over the years, I've changed that relationship between myself. And now, it's funny how when you treat yourself better and you start caring over the self, everything else, all other things tend to fall into places in a really weird way. So but you got to have, again, you want to paint that picture. So the things that we want to do this year are, just a couple of things. One, get all the rest of our state and federal licenses in the industry of finances, and learn a whole lot more, become the expert and master of those things. And as well as we got a, by the way, here, and we're just dropping some good news right now. We have an additional channel, YouTube channel coming up. I know that you can see the show after, once it airs on here on Facebook. You'll be able to, you can see it right now on YouTube channel. However, and that's the field up. However, remember back in the day when you used to go to the company office to take care of a lot of other things? Well, we are putting in the making right now, and hopefully we'll be launching here within the next couple of weeks, if not sooner, is our a new channel. It's going to be calling the Head Shed, or AK, also known as the company office. It's where you went to take care of any admin stuff. So the purpose of that channel is going to be a little bit more refined, not as open or as diamond in the rough as the conversation that we had in this channel. This channel is uh, it's a little bit of geared more towards that channel will be geared more to, giving you information that sergeant or staff sergeant, or even your admin clerks didn't have really all the information. If you wanted to know about SGLI uh, coverage, VGLI post service, as well as other things while in service and out of service, and finances, how to take care of yourself, I'm sharing all this information as I've, last year I've learned a really good ton of information. And I thought, hey, this would be a really good time for for you to share, for me to share, and for you to grow and learn from, because at the end of the day, as you transition out, you want to know all these things, and you don't want to go through the hard knocks that I went through, and a lot of us before me have gone through, in regards to uh post service. So you got to have a vision board. So I'm still working on getting on putting that picture right here for you to see, just so you can get a somewhat of an idea of what a vision board looks like. And if you have one already, hey, great for you, fantastic. That's you need to have that. But you got you at the end of the day, see right there, we got it. We're gonna zoom in a little bit. Bam! You can see that right there. That's that bad boy right there. Many different things. You have that. By the way, that's a $1 million bill that I printed out from the internet. It's just things that I want to accomplish. I want to obviously own real estate, become financially independent, travel around the world on my motorcycle. I want to be recognized here this June at this conference for financial experts, and then monthly I got the little purple tabs that you see right there on the big yellow piece of paper. Those are monthly goals that I have for myself. And then the other pink piece of paper, that's more just either all the goals that I've already checked off a lot of them last year. So you may not, even though you may not be able to get to or get to cross off some of the things, that's okay. You can roll them over. Again, it's your vision board. It's the things that you want to do uh, for yourself. So, but the fun is when you cross one of them things off. Thanks, Brian. When you cross one of them things off, man, let me tell you, it's just your brain. You get like this little bit of dopamine in your brain, like holy cow! I can't believe I just did this one, and it makes you want to keep doing more. So the point that I'm trying to make everybody is that while it's great to write it down, you want to write it down and just put some photos to it. And then once you start putting those X's as you and check some of these things, are like, man, what else can I do? And a lot of that stuff on there, I have been able to accomplish, and but I want more. Why not? Nobody came here to struggle. Nobody came here to this world to have lack. You only have you lack and and you don't have of whatever or x y and you can fill in the blanks is because you've been thinking in that and we've been programmed. I know I was as a younger child. Oh, money that can't buy you happiness. Bullshit. I'd rather be rich and wiping my tears with $100 bills or crying on a fucking yacht, on my own yacht with a helicopter on it, than crying on my fucking bicycle, on my way to Publix to go buy some groceries. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I I I would, I want to have rich people problems, if that makes sense. So again, things like that is that we've been, money is root of all evil. No, I highly disagree. Money is not the root of all evil because most people, and I have a lot of friends who have a lot of money, and let me tell you, they are the most open and giving individuals that I have ever met in my life. I could tell you that they give to charities, they help out people, they have causes and they have purposes, things that they want to help out with, because the more money they have, that it's the more giving that they become. So, and I believe that 100%. As I become successful in the different fields that I've been, and nothing makes me feel better than being able to help out some. One thing that I've done in the past, and it's been a while. And as I remind myself, maybe I should do it again. Is um, I will go to a Denny's restaurant with my wife and I, and then I would look around. If I would see an older gentleman with a hat from Vietnam or a prior service or whatever, I would go and pay for their bill for the meal, for the entire meal. Say, hey, just go and tell them, it's from, don't tell them it's from somebody. Just say, hey, somebody says thank you for your service. They did this, and all they ask is that they pay it forward. You know, things like that make you feel good. So, people who have money tend to be giving. Now, there's some greedy people out there who don't give a crap about anybody. I get it. That that is true. But for the most part, we've been programmed for us to lack. So the more open we are to changing ourselves, changing how we think, and writing things down, and educating ourselves, and having a vision of where you want to be, where you want to accomplish, that that will make you very powerful as an individual, and you'll be you know very unstoppable is the word that I was trying to put. That I was trying to put together words in my head. Words confuse me now, but it's amazing what you can do when you start putting. So have a vision board, everybody. So your homework for this weekend is to one. I want you to go. Oh, as a matter of fact, on our Facebook page, I want to see a picture of your vision board and what it looks and what is that you're going to accomplish this year. I don't care. You can put, I got $1 million over there. I got a dollar bill for $1 million, and I'm not limiting myself to $1 million. I mean, that's, I want to have $1 million or more to attract money. So, and you can meditate in the mornings, and as soon as I wake up, I'll meditate. I'll do my yoga, and then the next thing I do is, bam, I'll look at that board and I'll say those things out loud in my head, and and that's the last thing I see before I go to bed because I'm programming myself and I know I'll accomplish a lot of these things. So, a lot of things that we got coming down the pipeline, everybody, is that not only, as I mentioned earlier, we got another Facebook channel that is in the making right now. So, and along with that, obviously, so it'll come with social media. So, you and be on the lookout for when I start launching a couple of these things to you. And then there may be or may not be a book in the making on finances and how to, and for you to start, in, to help yourself out and take care of you while you're in the service or after. Or it could be, for your Uncle Joey or your little nephew who is just bad at finances. We got a lot of things coming down the pipeline that I want to accomplish. So, and that's on my vision board as well, because at the end of the day, everybody, it's all about self growth, having a purpose, and sharing information with everybody. Because when, as I was in the service and as I've done in the safety industry and everything, I'm not about, I don't hoard information. I share it, and sharing is caring. You know what I'm saying? So you want to be able to do that and leave something behind where people can remember. Man, I remember Pacho used to pass some really good. Aside having from a really awesome, sexy accent, this guy used to pass a lot of good information to us service members. So at the end of the day, I'm just making sure that you are taken care of, and that, when once I'm crossing them, posting myself at those pearly gates, people will remember, man, this dude used to have some really good information, and he got me from point A to point B in life. So I think that's it for today, everybody. So be on the lookout for a lot of those things. Obviously, I'll announce it here as we go, but I'm saying it because, and I'm saying it to you because now I'm on the hook. I'm on the friggin' hook for these products. So, and I don't want to end up looking bad with some egg on my face. So, hey, before we go, if you've been struggling with and ruminating thoughts, it's the new year and everything. Hey, cut that shit out. Give us a call, send me a DM, or reach out to a friend, or reach out to somebody. You got TRICARE, Military One Source, the VA, and all kinds of other shit out there. So let's not do that. Let's not do push-ups for you because it's not going to bring you back. So, because you matter, and we just don't want you to be a part of that statistic. So, with that being said, everybody, I think we're going to end Dex right here. So, Ice Tomas, Daisuke, and Dex, hoorah, get some. See ya. Bam.